What is going on, guys? Pumpson87 here, and today I am bringing you the AOR highlights on my POV for the Chinese and Baku Grand Prix. I have to include China, even though, spoiler alert for this race is coming up, it's a pretty crap one for me. As you can see, intermediate conditions all race once again. I was really hoping it wouldn't rain in this race. I felt like my dry pace was pretty good. Qualified P9 on the grid, so sort of midfield region, but I knew I could improve if the weather stayed dry, and it really didn't. So lights out and away we go, and we get an okay start. It's going to be said we're better than Neon Trio at the moment, our teammate. And we're looking at the inside of Jetson, where we understeered quite a bit into the side of him, so it's a little bit my bad there. We've got more cars coming around inside as Chimchar gets touched from behind there. We also hit Jetson off a little bit as well there as Chimchar made the move. I think that's someone else as well who went up inside there. I'm not sure who, but now Jetson's got the inside line and is going to squeeze me out of the road, which is fair enough for him. And now we're all the way down to P11, so it's a really poor start so far. We've got Rufening Bird, who's a newcomer to this season. I'm not sure if he races in Australia, but he's racing well so far up in P12 for today. Now we've got 3 cars ahead battling Drop Bear. We've got Chimchar, we've got Jetson. And we're just trying to keep it nice and cautious. We want to keep our front wing intact, and let's see if we can do the one stop and keep the tyre wear for that strategy for today. So going for the second sector now. We're thinking about a move down the inside Drop Bear, but we don't do it. But instead we got dive bombed ourselves by Rufening Bird. We get forced out wide on the wet AstroTurf. We spin into the path of him, lose part of our front wing, and that's a race over. Yeah, you can probably tell why I said this race is pretty poor. To be fair, me spinning on the wet AstroTurf on the outside was completely my fault, but to be fair though, Rufening Bird was a very aggressive move, and he did force me out wide. I mean, I didn't send it to the stewards about it, but I was sort of very tempted. But I only take off the race, I'm pretty sure. On the move on Sado, we dive bomb it, only just keep on track there. And now we're going side by side into the Snell section. We're giving room on the outside, but he runs on the curb, gets a very poor run, and that's up at P10. I saw the points, so it's not too bad. I think because quite a few people pitted with front wing change behind, and we didn't change our front wing. We're just hoping to stretch it out as long as possible, try and do the one stop still if at all possible. And we've got Berserk and Jared. Well, Jared's not too far behind as well, but Berserk is way quicker. He's actually got real good wet pace. He had very good pace this race, and he's actually really stepped up recently. He's almost as quick as Ryan Warden and Tio Marduk as well. So those guys, especially in AOR, he's definitely sort of joined the leading bunch. Full play to him, he's definitely improved a lot lately. But that was very close on the back of the Ferrari. We're coming into our one and only stop on the end of lap 12. My front wing damage I just couldn't cope with anymore. My tyres were average. And I was hoping I could stretch these out to the end. But yeah, let's see if I'm able to do that. This is going to drop me outside the points main positions for now. We've got Jared ahead with Jetson and all that sort of cluster. My teammate Neon True Dome is way up in the race, so congrats to him. To get front wing changes, we're going to really drop us down. Without that front wing change, we probably could have stayed ahead of Jared, as he has to make a pit stop as well at some point soon. But yeah, all the way to lap 25, nothing happened. We was actually catching Chimchar quite quickly. I think he made 1 or 2 mistakes in this final stint. And that's him, one of the 2 cars up the road. I think the other car is a lap car. But before we get able to have a chance to overtake and catch him, we get a puncture on the front left wheel, which was just fantastic. To be fair though, I pitted way early for lap 12, and my tyre wear is quite shocking. I should have just pitted early for the front wing change like lap 3 or 4, and then I would have been easily able to keep the tyres alive for both stints to the end. But it looks like it's in P10 today. And it's only P10 because Jetson disconnected. Otherwise it would have been outside the points in P11. So, a very poor race. P10, definitely not what we're hoping. It's a point, but it was a very dull, very crap race. And I was only just not lapped as well. When I came out of the pits with the fresh tyres, the leaders are only about 2 seconds behind. And I just about kept our blue flag range, as I was determined not to get lapped. But they were fighting for the lead anyway, so they weren't really concerned about me. So now, getting away with all that China bullshit, we're now here for the Baku Grand Prix, round 3 of the AOR Oceania League. And a little bit of a story with qualifying. My Elgato software, for some reason, had loads of issues loading on my laptop. And when it finally loaded, it was literally at the start of my second run on the super soft tyres, and what happens then is that my screen goes black and I lose all visibility, and I had to pause it, and by the time I unpaused it I was like 2 seconds down on my Delta. So there's no point continuing, so it was P11, which is a big shame, as I felt like I could definitely do better in qualifying. After all, an SRL, I believe I got like a 40.7 or something, or was it 41.7? One of the two anyway. But I knew I could definitely improve by quite a few tenths, and that would have given me like P7, P8 on the grid. But P11, let's see what we can do. We're once again in the midfield, and yeah, strategy again for today is a one-stop on the supers to the soft. My tyre around here is actually pretty decent. I feel like my pace is pretty decent as well if I don't bottle it, especially through turn 8, the castle section. But anyway, lights out and away we go. We've got Chimchar alongside us, got Drop Bear ahead, and it's a pretty even start, and we just about hit the back of Drop Bear there, so close to losing the front wing. I'm so lucky I didn't there, as Death Bro gets forced there by someone ahead. And now we're looking towards turn 2. We've got a McLaren dive bomb me. I think it's Guru. Now going up the inside of both, well, up the middle of both McLarens there, but couldn't quite get Death Bro. And now we've got Funk Guru all over my back end. And is he going to make a move down to turn 3? Looks like he is. We are breaking ourselves slightly though when it tapped the back of Death, and that's front wing damage. I believe Funk Guru also got front damage on the back of his teammate, as both of us are there fighting for position and losing part of our front wing on the back of Death Bro. But yeah, it's not really going to help us. Side by side once again though, and we didn't want to repeat the same thing on the back of Death, and we actually lose position to Funk Guru there. So very good move by him. I actually had to back out of it as I didn't want to lose any more of a front wing. But now I've got Berserk all at the back of us on the soft tyres. And once again, as I mentioned before, he's really quick, so don't want to hold on too much if we can, although we are looking pretty quick compared to these McLarens ahead who are battling, and Death Bro gets a really poor run out of that castle section, and Funk Guru is trying to make a move through this quick double left-hander, and he's trying to go down the inside of this tight left. It's not going to work. Death Bro's on the wall, Funk Guru's on the wall. I've got more damage somehow as I get past Funk Guru there on the run down to the final, the final braking zone basically of this lap, and we got the position ahead of him. Now it's into P10, but at this point I was thinking, I got front wing damage, I'm going to be quite slow in pace. I could switch it out to go on the soft tyres on like lap 6 or whatever, or I could pit now, get onto the mediums and just run to the end and not lose too much time on my damaged front wing. So I do that, go to the pits, but unfortunately I wasn't able to set mediums in time. I set the front wing damage to yes on the straight there, but I didn't have time to set the tyres to mediums, which is a big shame, as I'm now on the soft tyres and I probably can't stretch it to the end. And he couldn't see my pit stop there because my Elgato actually glitched out and lost some of its footage. So as you can see, I was having a few Elgato issues with this race. But now onto lap 9, we've got Jetson who's made his pit stop for fresh soft tyres, and he's going to be all at the back of us. And really, it's going to be an easy move for him down the back straight. Both got DRS, I got DRS on the back of Front Guru's disconnected car. But it's going to be an easy move for him nonetheless, and he's dived down the inside, and yeah, that's just pretty easy really, not much I can say about that. So I'm still in P10 at the moment, as I'm stretching ahead of all of the people who have pitted for the medium tyres, and they're all quite a bit behind me actually, about 5-10 seconds behind. So I'm thinking I'll pit for like super soft tyres around lap 16 or something. And as now we got Neon Trudeau, my teammate, he's battling with Jetson, or at least trying to catch him, as we don't really put up a fight. We put it down to Lee Mixed for him to get the move on the pit straight there, and that's easy position for him. And now he's hopefully going to charge up the road and catch Jetson. So my race at this point, I was just hoping for like a few points, maybe like 9th or 10th. And I was thinking I was going to pit at some point soon, depending on super soft tyres, but my teammate has come to pit lane for a front wing change and super soft tyres of his own, as he made a mistake on that lap. I think he made a mistake through the castle section, and in the very next lap we're going to respond and we're going to come into the pit lane, and it's going to be very close between us. He was only about 2-3 seconds up the road when he made the mistake, but he has a front wing change which is going to really cost him in the pit lane. But he also has the undercut, so who knows who's going to merge ahead of us here. As we've got Rufenic Bird who's on the super soft tyres, about 10 seconds of the road, who will be, oh, I think more than that actually. As we've now got there's Drop Bear, and we've got Revelation as well, who's coming down the pit straight, and they're both just going ahead of us. But they're on the medium tyres, very old medium tyres. They're quite slow as well around this track, the medium tyres are going to be said. So we have some overtaking to do before the end of this race. It's going to be bit of an exciting finish on the super soft tyres on the final stint. We're going to be putting pedal to the metal, and we're just going to be charging up front. As Drop Bear, that's not Drop Bear, that's Revelation, makes a little bit of a mistake with the castle section. His rear actually tapped that wall on the right. And we have much better run, we have much better grip on these super soft tyres, as Neon Tree Dome is right behind us as well, it's got to be said. So the Force Indias here are going to be forming a bit of a sort of teamwork strategy, trying to make our way through the minor points positions and hopefully score some okay points for us as a team. But now right on the back of Revelation, he's struggling so much on those medium tyres. It should be an easy pass in the pit straight, right? As we're making our way through here with my keyboard steering, as the people in the stream said, was it 50 turns to the left and about 100 turns to the right through there? Something like that they said, but we're trying to get a slipstream with Rich Mix, but there's no slipstream, we're not gaining on him somehow. I mean, I've got 1.5 wings, but we're not gaining, so we're just going to have a dive bomb anyway. That's a late lunge, and we make it stick. We just about stay on track, and that was one of my best moves in a while, it's got to be said. Just as Danny Ricciardo would say if he didn't crash in Baku anyway. Lick the stamp and send it, and I definitely sent it there, down the inside of Revelation. Actually, Neon Tree Dome actually got him on the exit of turn 2 as well. As we run a little bit wide there and tap the wall with the right hand side of our car. That was so close to front wing damage. Very lucky there, as I just broke a little bit too late. But here's a replay, and I broke so much later than Revelation. I was very close to hitting the back of him as well, and I didn't want to do that and repeat a Danny Ricciardo, Max Verstappen style move. That would have been very embarrassing, especially as the stream was watching me in that move as well. So, yeah, next target is Drop Bear for P9, and this should be another easy move as well. I wanted to try and get past these cars as quick as possible, as Prophetic Bird is only about 8 seconds on the road and within catching distance by the end of this race. So we've got Drop Bears once again on the medium tyres, very old. I did a dummy down on the inside of turn 3, slowed him up, and now we're going to round his outside into this chicane here. We're going over the curb, and we force him out a little bit, and that's the position over to P9. And another fairly decent move, if I don't say so myself. And we're now up into P9 with Fennec Bird, only about 8 seconds of the road. And now we're going to replay once again of that move. This is on board the stream. I believe I got it from Matt212's clips. So look around the outside, a little bit of contact there, and I had to hop over the curb, and there's a little bit of contact. I didn't want to force him to the wall, but he had to touch it a little bit. I don't think he got any damage, but that also let Neon Tree Dome through as well. And I believe, like Greek said in the stream, like I was a bulldozer for Neon, just let him get easy positions as the Pink Panthers are working their way up the order. And as you can see, on board of his series of doubters, look at the top left, we're gaining on Fennec Bird. It's 6.3 seconds now, going across the line there. And unfortunately, where Halter's progress is halted, that's nice English, by Brock Dustuff, who just completely blocks us going up that castle section there. We had to get out of the throttle, and that's lost us a bit of time. But there's an incident ahead. That's Jared and Acho have had it coming together about 30 seconds up the road, and Jared's lost his front wing, and Acho's also a bit of time. So Acho's going to keep going. He's not going to be any of our concern, but Jared's going to go to the pit lane, get his front wing change, and he's going to merge behind us. It's going to be quick. It's only on the super soft tyres, but he's going to merge behind me and Neon. So he's one to watch for the end of this race, and we're still gaining on Fennec Bird. The gap is now under 5 seconds. I'm trying to read from the small previous screen. Last lap now, the gap is just over 2 seconds, and it's going to be very tough to catch him in this final lap. He is on very old super soft tyres though, so his tyres might fall off the cliff a lot during this lap. Let's wait and see. But that's a major mistake for a turn 2, and that's lost us quite a bit of time, especially as Jared ahead. And look at the proximity arrow, he's right there. We need the dramatic boosting for this. This is going to be a showdown and a half. Let's go through this castle section for the last time. Haven't bottled it, but Prophetic Bird has lost a lot of time through that section, especially on that curbing. His rear tyres are definitely going away, but Jared is all over the back of us as well. This is going to be a run to the finish, I can tell already, as Morden's already finished the race. He's won it, obviously, from Ben. But Prophetic Bird's made a massive mistake through that corner. He's up against the wall. He's swerved across us, so we've got front wing damage. But we can have a great run up now with DRS and Rich Mix. We've got plenty of fuel in reserve. Let's hope he doesn't. And he's very vulnerable now on the run to the line. We've got Jaguar behind, so a three-way battle to the run of the line. He's lost the back end! Lost the back end through the fast S. And that's up to P7. Jaguar's got P8, just getting past Fennec Bird. I nearly shit myself, and I thought he was going to swerve into me there and take us both out with in sight of the checker flag. But it's going to be P7. What a comeback that was. Several overtakes in the final stint after a pretty poor start, it's got to be said. That was hectic as hell. I was pretty pleased with that race and how that went, especially that final stint. It was incredibly good fun. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and yeah, that was yeah, it wasn't too bad. It turns out Jared and Refinic Bird actually got penalties. I believe they got penalties like collisions and stuff though. No one actually got a 10 penalty for track limits, which is pretty good to see. Although to be fair, Baku isn't really, especially with its curbs, isn't really a place you can corner cut. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that race. If you want, then go check the stream out. I also got quite good footage of my overtakes as well, and some of the action that me and Neon produced, but also some of the action up front as well, as there was quite a bit battling. And congrats to Ward, and congrats to Team Armada, congrats to Ryan for completing the podium. Berserk was very quick once again, coming from the back of the field up to P4, Acho P5, Jetson P6, myself in P7, quite a way behind the pack though, but that's a pretty good result from us. And Jared bottling gets sort of into P8, although he recovered. He made an overtake on my teammate Neon True Dome for P8, and then got Refinic Bird up to the line. So good job from him. And I'm going to leave you with a replay of that final lap. So I hope you guys enjoy. The next race is the Spanish Grand Prix, which will be this weekend in... No, it's not. Actually, I don't think it is. I think it's Bahrain, which is the next one in AOR. And then I believe Spain is the one after that. So I'll see you guys then for my next video, whatever it may be. So I'll see you guys then. Bombs out.